Hello, hello, hello. This is Grumpy Goblin. I've taken about a week or so break because they broke my favorite game. They broke my favorite game. I'm really sad that they broke my favorite game. I felt that I could come back and play it at least a little bit because they finally put out an apology. Systemera put out 2 days ago. They titled it "Hey B." Yeah, long time no see for you too. I sent you a message in your chat. I don't know if those go through when you're offline. I had to step away from Astroneer. I'm so happy you're here. How have you been? They broke my game. They broke my favorite game. I had to take a break. I'm just glad I know I wasn't going crazy because so many people were complaining. Some of the game's biggest players posted long-winded videos detailing everything that was broken. So it was good to know I wasn't crazy. Oh, I popped a message on your thing just to say hi and wishing you well, saying I hadn't seen you for a while. Almost every time I'm at my computer, I open up Twitch to see who's on. Phasmophobia. Yeah, we talked about that briefly a while ago. Phasmophobia. That's part of what part of it was the game, part of it was I'm fighting with insurance companies again for some medical stuff that I just got covered, and decent. Yeah, I took a step back from everything, but mainly because Astroneer was my escape from real life, because I'm battling an insurance company again for the umpteenth time in my life, and I just took a break. But I saw that they put out Systemera put out an apology a couple days ago, and I'm like, okay, that's a beginning. That's a start. All damaged relationships usually start repairing with some kind of an apology. So while they haven't put out a fix yet, I'm just going to play it casually. Probably not for long stretches of time until they put out some significant fixes. Are you having fun besides being desensitized with Phasmophobia? I need to look up more on that game. I remember reading about it when you first introduced it to me. There it is, still in my Google history search. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this. I remember in detail now. Recent reviews, very positive. English reviews, overwhelmingly positive. 341,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. That's incredible. Oh, it's pretty cheap too. $13.99. Yeah, that looks good. I haven't played a good scary game in a while. I will definitely take you up on that. I leave for my out-of-state trip in about a week. What is today? I don't even know what the day it is. What is today? Today is the 7th. Oh, I leave in 10 days. Yeah, maybe I'll fit some time in before I leave for my trip. Maybe we could play it a bit. Alright, I need to find some resin and not fall into this crevasse. I don't see any. I don't like spawning and landing in the crevasses in the beginning because they get in your way of easy navigation. I need to find some resin so that I can... Oh god. Almost ended up in it. So that I can cover them. Alright. I'm probably not going to be on much later. I don't know. Depends on how this goes. I might switch over to Whiskerwood. They put out some good updates that I haven't played yet. So, I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad to see you online. Thanks for saying hi and popping in. Enjoy dinner. I don't see any starter resources. Oh, there's some resin over there in those hills. Oh, jeez. You too. Have a good night. Resin. Can I even get to it? Or is there a gigantic? There's a gigantic. There's some over here I can get to. Give me resin. Don't suffocate. Don't suffocate. You can make it. Good guy. I won't be able to shred that for a while. No, I want it up on the top. You won't let me put it up there, will you? No, of course not. You let me put it up there. Whoa. Oh, jeez. I don't see any compound anywhere in visual distance. Alright, let's start with the... I haven't even claimed the beginning stuff. This is a horrible location. Alright, oxygenator, some tethers. Hey, Crave Cookie. Oh, that sounds so good. I need a cookie. I deserve a cookie after what they did to my game. How are you doing this evening? Well, this evening for me. I don't know what it is for you, but how are you? Connect printer to the power. Let's turn it the correct way. Connect it to the power. Astroneering basics. Give me the tethers. Yay, tethers. Alright, I don't see any compound anywhere. Oh, I hate landing in these crevices. Oh, are the holiday... Are the Christmas ones back? Why isn't that connecting? Oh, because it's not connecting. There's where it needs to connect to. I don't need another one. I hate the crevices, the crevasses. Yeah, these are multicolored. These are the holiday tethers. Oh, I hate the crevasses. Ugh. I don't see any compound anywhere. That was awful. Oh my god. I don't see any compound anywhere on the horizon. None. And I'm out of tethers. So let's just run this way a little bit, see if I get lucky. No, just more gigantic gaps. There's some over there on the horizon. There's some down in that one. Ugh. Awful start location. Awful, awful, awful start location. Nothing nearby. Absolutely diddly squat. A little bit of resin over there. No compound. Gotta be kidding me. Gots to be's kidding me. Gots to be kidding. I don't even see any. Oh, there's some way over there. Alright, I'm gonna have to use this resin that I've got to make an oxygen filter. Alright, that should get me over there. If I don't fall into one of these dumb crevices. Do 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 do. Awful. You're just too far away. Give me one more compound, please. Let's get rid of that organic. Take that carbon instead. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to the base. Back to the base. Back to the base. To the base. To the base. This might be one of the worst starting locations I've ever had for Astroneer. Is this the way Astroneer is punishing me for complaining about how bad Astroneer has gotten after this latest horrible, horrible update that even the devs have finally admitted was a gigantic mistake, was not ready for release. It's like it wasn't even play tested. I don't know anybody who was in the beta. If there was I don't think there was a beta. They just released it. Like it was just internal testing. I don't understand what they were thinking. I don't understand. All right, we got some rewards coming. What do we got? We got some medium storage coming. We've got some bites. Oh, we got Project Cheer special delivery. I don't even feel like doing any of like the event stuff. They've totally, pardon my French, fucked this game up. And I do not enjoy it in its current state. I might switch over to Whiskerwood. I don't know. I might be done for the night. I don't know. This game just fills me with sadness and rage right now. Which is not the way you're supposed to feel when you play video games. You're not supposed to feel sadness and rage, but that's all this game brings me now. Is sadness and utter, pure rage. They took something that I loved and they smooshed it. They made it sad, and that made me sad and mad. What do I need to do? I need to print a medium printer. I also need to make some tethers. I also need to make a small generator. Small generator. Ooh, a large platform. What a horrible location. This is the worst starting location I have ever had. This game is punishing me for talking dirty about it. Horrible, horrible starting location. Horrendous. Have I mentioned that yet? Horrible starting location? I think I've mentioned it a couple times. So angry. Lock it down, lock working? Print and connect a small generator. Alright, I think I printed one. Oh, it's already... Damn it, it's already burning. It just wasted a big chunk of that thing already. Damn it, I hate that. I hate that they're on when they start. Lost all of that battery, that potential battery load. God damn it. I'm sorry. This game... Things that I used to, like, just forgive in this game really piss me off now because I know how far they've taken it and just shat all over it. Like, why did those need to be automatically on? No reason. No reason. When a car comes off of the assembly line, is the engine running? No. So dumb. Alright, I need to build a research chamber. Of course, I don't have enough frickin' compound, because it's 1.5 miles away. I have some tethers, so let's make some tethers. Or was it this way? I think it was, yeah. Awful location. Have I mentioned that yet? Crevasses. Crevici. Crevices. Just frickin' everywhere. Can't just run in a straight line. You gotta build a bridge to get anywhere. Oh look, I'm out of tethers already. Never had that many complaints about this game. Like, I would put up with the little idiosyncrasies and things. I did complain about the camera angles a lot. But they didn't... They just released this crappy update and fixed none of the things that people wanted fixed or new features. Usually, like, when a game gets a big update, there's surprises in it. Like they say, you know, like they'll add a bunch of stuff to the game that's like announced, and then you'll discover, or the players will discover, like a feature that people have been asking for ages will be added into the game. And they'll be like, "Oh, surprise!" But no, these devs did not do that. They didn't. All they delivered was crap. Here I am in a new base. Why? I don't know. Why is that not connected anymore? Damn it. Alright, research chamber. Yay. Lottie freaking da, right? Lottie freaking da. What have I been up to? I saw, I've seen a couple movies since I took a break. Because those of you who know me know I am a cinephile, or someone who goes to movies a lot. I have the AMC A-list, so I try to use it as much as possible. It's really worth it here in New York City. Because it's $27.99 a month. With taxes, it comes to like $28 or something like that. And a lot of the movies that I go to the tickets, a single ticket costs $26. So usually, and sometimes more. Like I went and saw, when I saw Wicked on opening night, my ticket to it was 30, or would have been $30.29. My membership's $28. So my November was paid for. It got its money's worth with just my Wicked ticket. And I saw like 12 movies in November. And in December here, I've already seen... here in December, I've already seen... Oh, gosh. In the theaters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen 5 movies in the theater so far. Each one of those was at least $18 if I would have had to pay for them. So, yeah. Definitely worth it. All right, there we go. We've got our first research going, and we can see it draining our single little pitiful battery. God, this is such a horrible location. There isn't even any organics, like nice and easily accessible there at the base. Gotta walk all the way over here. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm being a whiny little thing today. Alright, that's increasing. Where did I put those other? They're back here. Grab. Nope. Grab that. Put it here. Take you off. Put you there. Grab you. Put you there. There we go. There's some research going. Do I have some rewards to claim? I do. For science, I get 2 beacons and 250 bytes. I hate the beacons. They are useful, but in the beginning here, they shouldn't be on. Oh my god. Right, we'll set those off to the side. What else do we need to do? We need 2 gain bytes, which is happening already. We need to unlock the smelting furnace. I need to do the boost mod and the drill mod. Find and use research samples. Find some lithium, which requires going to another planet, and lights in the distance. Find one of the chambers. Let's do the research samples. I already did one. I really think that they should count. Ones that you do before the mission is officially given to you. But will they change that? No, of course not. They're now too busy fixing the mess of this game that they've made, this train wreck. So that'll probably be something that's never added to the game. Looking for some research samples. We found some graphite and 3 research items. Actually 4. There's another one right over there in the distance. 2, 3. Am I out of tethers? Almost. Let's just go ahead and make another one. Oh, look at that. I almost stepped right into that. Thank you, starting position. Thank you, game. Let's just seal that up so I don't die that way. I thought about doing a, yeah, there's some clay here too. No, that's not clay. Nope, that's just a rock. I thought about doing a hardcore, but with the way the game is right now, I wouldn't even want to attempt a hardcore playthrough. I feel like the game is just going to not function well enough. More research items for my research. I don't see any research samples. I need research samples. Sometimes they're in the woods. Sometimes they're in the woods. There's some research items. Oh, there's some. There's several right there. Is that 4 in one plant? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think so. Or is that the same one? No, there's 4 here. Nice. 1, 2. Why didn't that first one count? That should be 5 out of 10. Okay, so that one is... They are counting. They're just not counting each time. So, you know, like... That's 7 out of 10. There's 8 out of... Why isn't it showing me the interspersal ones? Like the 7 out of 10. That makes no sense to me. Harmless fauna. I don't think the shells count. Oh, they sure do. Take a couple of these seeds back. Alright, so that's... crevasses. There's graphite. Put you there. Nope. Put you... What in the world? 1,000 batch. Alright, we got some claim in here. We go with sampling. I'm gonna get 3 packs of tethers. I'll take those. Oh, let's take these seeds and just plant them over here. I just brought these for something to do. I definitely don't need them. Can you hear the frustration just dripping out of my voice about this game? Alright, let's see. Like, how far are we into development of this game and we still have floating... Alright, that's not as bad as it looked from a distance. We still have floating tethers very frequently. They'll be like 3 or 4 feet in the air. Or a meter. A half a meter to a meter for my European friends. In the air. Oh, and Canadian, I guess. Alright, what should we do? Excuse me. Take that back. Take that back. Alright, we'll come back over here a little later. 34 minutes. 34 minutes of stream. Probably going to go for about an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. It's 11 o'clock my time. I've had a very long day. I did some volunteer work at one of my local nonprofit. Well, actually, this theater is profit. This theater is for profit. But they use interns, volunteer interns, to be more profitable, I guess. I don't know. I worked a very long shift today. Volunteer shift. And we get paid with tips and free training. And I'm glad we get the free training because over 7 hours today, I made $5 in tips. Which sucked. Usually the tips can cover, especially when you work that long, you've got like a meal, maybe 2 meals. So I came in and I had a late lunch when I arrived. So that was like $8. And then I had dinner because I was there pretty late, and that was like 12. So I had $20 in food during my shift from nearby restaurants, and I made $5 in tips. So I'm negative 15 for the evening. Usually the tips are enough to cover $20-25 worth of food, and then you get the free credits for your classes. So I still get the free credits, but I'm down $15, so it ended up costing me moolah. All right, where are we at? Probably need to make a. Oh yeah, I need to research the smelting furnace, and then we're gonna go underground, I think. Let's go and see if we've got our smelting furnace. Oh, let's give it some more power. I know this isn't the most efficient way to do this, but I'm not really playing efficient right now. I'm playing frustrated and upset. Let's research something. Research the smelter. 250 bytes. Take that. We'll research the soil centrifuge. We'll research the tapper. And I need to do the auto arm. 1500. Alright, we'll do the auto arm next, because then that will be the last thing I need to create a somewhat automated energy system. So now I got tons of tethers on me. Let's go ahead and head down into a cavern. Usually I like to leave. Usually I like to start my cavern entrance straight coming out of my shelter. So I'm gonna do that. Except we're gonna have to go into these dumb crevasses. Go into this dumb crevasse. Pretty early. I hate these. I hate crevasses. Oh yeah, I was talking about movies. I saw a really bad movie today that I was hoping wouldn't be bad. I mean, obviously, who goes into a movie hoping it's going to be bad? I was hoping it would be good. I had high hopes. It was a movie written by Andy Carr, I think his brother, another comedian or writer. It was pitched. The advertising said it is The Naked Gun meets Downton Abbey. And I'm like, okay, I'm down for that. I like British humor. I like The Naked Gun. Not a huge Downton Abbey fan, but I get it. I thought it would be pretty good. I thought it would be funny. It was not funny. Hardly at all. I was so disappointed. Just so sad how unfunny it was. We had a pretty good sized audience. I saw it at noon today. Today's a Sunday, and it was almost a full theater, which I was kind of surprised for a noon showing. Of course, it was Sunday. I don't go to that time slot for movies very often, but the theater was almost totally full, and yeah, it was just really bad. It was not funny. And it wasn't funny because the jokes weren't didn't have, it wasn't not funny because the jokes didn't have potential. It was ironically not funny because they didn't go hard enough. If you know, like Naked Gun, the Police Files, that kind of humor, Leslie Nielsen, the movie Airplane, this over-the-top, gags that are just insane. Not just insane, but just kind of like out there. If you know that kind of humor, and you like that kind of humor, you know that the jokes and the gags need to go hard in order to work. Especially when you're trying to present it in a realistic world. Like, the Naked Gun exists in a world where the police are police trying to stop bad guys. Like, it's not this fairy tale fantasy world where the police are just doing silly stuff, although sometimes that happens. They really are police trying to stop bad guys. They really are detectives on a police squad trying to solve murders and thefts and things like that. Do we have an operational? Nope. Is that operational? Nope. So yeah, it's based in reality, and what makes it funny is when the gags are so over the top that you see the way a straight person, and I don't mean straight as in sexual orientation, I mean like it's the straight actor who is playing it normal. Like Leslie Nielsen, he would be the straight actor in the Naked Gun movies, which means he would like do silly stuff but ironically. Like, he wasn't trying to crack jokes. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Stuff like that. But when the Naked Gun would go hard in breaking from reality, like toilet humor and stuff like that. That's the biggest example that I can give with this movie. Like, in Naked Gun or the Police Files television show, if there was like toilet humor, farting, etc., they would go all in. Like, farts so loud it would be heard like on the other side of the airport, and like people would react to it and go, oh, and people would start throwing up when they smelled it or something. And then the straight actors, the ones taking everything super seriously, would act like they didn't smell it, or maybe in their reality they didn't, or something. They had a cold, so they had no idea what was going on, for example. But like in this movie that I saw today, there is a scene, and this isn't really a spoiler if you want to go see the movie. There is a scene that takes place, two characters who are two very straight characters, straight as in, again, I don't mean sexual orientation. I mean, they're just playing it straight. They're both serious. They say stupid things every once in a while, but they don't realize that it's a double entendre or something like that. Oh, there's aluminum over there. I came down here looking for aluminum. Found the aluminum! But these two characters, they need to have a private conversation because they're falling in love with one another. They want to have a private conversation somewhere. And so they duck into a bathroom at the end of like a hallway in this gorgeous Downton Abbey-like mansion. And so they're in the bathroom, and another character, just a side character, not a major character, has went into the bathroom because they're having tummy troubles, and they end up having like serious diarrhea. Oh, here's a floating tether. This isn't fixed. How long has the game been out and we still have floating tethers? Unbelievable. So this other character is in a stall. The two straight characters are not in a stall. They're just sitting in the bathroom. I think they're sitting on like the sink, like this where the sink is located. They're kind of like perched there talking to each other, and they're talking about how they're falling for each other and how they just want to spend more time with each other. Anyway, it's a serious romantic conversation, and the backdrop is the sound of someone having really bad diarrhea in the bathroom stall. Now, in The Naked Gun, if they were to ever do something like this in a Naked Gun or an airplane movie, it would be played up as crazy as they could get it. Like, they would have close-ups of the dude's face while he's on the toilet, of his face turning red, maybe veins popping out of his forehead. It would be, they would play it up they would milk it for every gross laugh that they possibly could. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt because of how much of this kind of comedy I've watched in my lifetime. It's not highbrow comedy. Absolutely not. It's very lowbrow. It's very gross humor, gross out humor, whatever. But they would play it up, and that would be where the comedy comes from, is how insane the guy's bathroom problems are. Oh, by the way, the name of the movie I saw was called Fackham Hall. Fackham Hall. Fackham Hall. Twice during the movie, one of the jokes is somebody said, "Fuck 'em all," and go, "Yeah, Fackham Hall." You know, whatever. That's the kind of double meaning wordplay that is common in these kind of movies. But anyway, in this movie, Fackham Hall, with the toilet thing, the guy is obviously having problems on the toilet, and he's making the most subdued sounds. I mean, they're like barely audible farts. And then every once in a while, there's a tiny little plop of him going to the bathroom. Tiny little plop, and then a plop water sound. So dumb. Didn't play well at all. The audience sat there mostly quiet. Throughout the whole movie, it was barely a chuckle most of the time. It was just really bad. In The Naked Gun, they would have gone all out with that. Like, it would have been disgusting. It would have sounded like a river of shit. But they didn't. So anyway, I left very disappointed. I was really disappointed. The audience only laughed really loud. One guffaw the whole entire movie, where the whole entire audience laughed as one. Once, the whole entire movie. The rest of the movie was sighs, like elongated sighs, like, or just silence. Occasionally a few chuckles. When the first time that you see the entrance way to like the road leading up to Fackham Hall, they have a Latin phrase underneath the big sign, you know, like a family crest motto or something like that. And it was Incetus ad infinitum, which is incest forever, translates loosely. Incest forever, that's one of the running gags, is that everybody in this family is all incestual and they always marry their cousins. That joke wears thin really fast. Unfortunately, not that funny. But yeah, what I was saying was about like the first time that you saw that sign, in incestus ad infinitum, like 10% of the audience went, huh, oh, I get it, incest, that's humorous. And that's the way it was the whole entire time. So, anyway, if you can see the movie for cheap, go check it out. Wait for it to come on digital, is what I would recommend. Not a good movie. So that's 51 minutes. We're at 52 minutes. Approaching 52 minutes for this stream. I'm tired. Talking about this movie has made me sad because I was hoping it would be more. So I'm gonna call it. I don't know. I might be on tomorrow. I don't know. So if you've joined me for 30 seconds, or God forbid, the whole 52 minutes and 11 seconds, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you that you would spend even 30